amigas. I'm host Eric. Over there we have Cameron.
Hola, señores y señoritas.
And we also have the always stunningly gorgeous Capillo, who is standing in repose, providing for you her beautiful vision. I was thinking about implanted memories earlier. Actually, I was thinking about the movie Total Recall. And of course, when you think about things through cognitive function frame, questions like the capacity of people to implant memories become a lot easier to address. We know how memories get implanted. They get implanted via introverted sensing, recording the processes of experience across time without necessarily fixing any meanings to them. This thought process came up initially because I was standing outside and yeah, well, you manifested it, Ruben. You manifested it. Um, I was thinking about, I was looking at something. Oh, I can't even remember now what it was. It prompted a specific memory that I relived about a previous conversation I had had with the the realtor about something. I don't remember what it was that I had looked at that prompted this memory, but nor what exactly the memory was now, because I don't have that same visual prompt in front of me that triggers the associative linkage, right? The point being that that's why you can't have implanted memories as per Total Recall, because SI works with an experiential linkage plus, um, some sort of trigger like seeing something, remembering some conversation you had about it, or whatever. So, Cameron and I have a bit of a fun project on tap for some point this morning here, but I have injured myself earlier today. I burned my fingers with some very hot coffee. I scalded it. I put it in the microwave for too long. It came out like super hot, like it was boiling incredibly rapidly. Well, the thing is, the only way to implant an experience is to have it. Experiences have a time dimension, right? A temporal dimension. The conceit in implanted memory is that you can skip that temporal dimension and still have memories. You can't. The process by which memories are created is one of experiencing across time. The thing is, we can store data on some computer and we call that memory. That's not memory, right? That's data storage.
I think total unrecall is more likely. I've heard if people have a really traumatizing experience, the psychiatrist can prescribe them something. I don't recall which thing it is, but there are some medications specifically that'll help you to forget stuff that happened.
Like roofies.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's happened to me too before, New Groove. But the thing is, it's still an event processed across time. It's just whether it's happening whether you're asleep or awake. Um, the thing is, the point being that the ideas of artificial intelligence and implanted memories and stuff like that, those are ideas that are created by intuitives who do not have SI in the front stack. Um, like INTJs have this fantasy that somehow they can upload their consciousness to a computer or something. You can't upload consciousness because consciousness requires you to have a physical component. It's a two-dimensional thing. It's like saying, well, we're just gonna make a one-sided coin. It's not possible, right? It's definitionally impossible. So anyway, yeah, I burned my fingers. It was super hot, came out of the microwave, and it like boiled over halfway. So it was just like half a cup of coffee left at the bottom. But I pulled it out of the microwave. It stopped bubbling so much. It was not bubbling like it was boiling. But then when I scooped a scoop of um, non-dairy creamer into it, it pulled a science experiment volcano move. Science fair project volcano.
I think they call it superheated water.
Superheated water.
Yeah, where it can explode after you take it out of the microwave.
Oh, well. So I'm going to be somewhat limited in my capacity to do uh, stuff with my hands for a little bit, but with my left hand particularly. That's not as bad as it could have been. I just got it like right in here, this area. I got a little blister here coming up. So that kind of sucks. That was kind of like a kick in the nuts first thing in the morning, Mostly because, it's going to be a problem for a while. It's not just going to be like, oh, today it hurt, but then it's fine tomorrow. Because it's blistering, so, like, injuries on your hands are such a freaking pain in the ass. What are my thoughts on astrology? I think it's bullshit. And have you ever heard of Edgar Casey? Yes. I don't know. I wish I had some aloe. I need to get an aloe plant. I was just saying that the other day. It was the first time in my life that my hand got kicked in the nuts. The first time in my life that I lived without an aloe plant. Right. Bad input creates bad output is true. Edgar Casey was into the occult or something. I'm not sure what his whole deal was, but I know he's a figure of some fame in the occult community. Um, on Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, Rachel and I have to go down to Oakhurst and have a meeting with the wedding cake and wedding flower lady. She seems very competent, and we will get those things finalized. Then we're going to be very close to having most of the things we need to get done. We still need to get an officiant. Um, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of people here, maybe like 20 people. So I might need to get a couple of tables, like bowling tables or something. Am I hallucinating or what? I could have sworn I heard the cat scratching to get in. But I'm just here hallucinating. So Cameron's injured too. He's got what muscles did you tear?
I've got tears in both rotator cuffs or shoulders. I've never even seen the thing that's torn, but it may be the pectoralis or something.
So somewhere around your shoulders,
Yeah.
you've got muscle tears because you do a lot of manual labor.
I have done not enough rest and fucked myself over.
So, um, we're both kind of in the same boat today with our injuries here. Somewhat limited in our ability to do like work kind of stuff. Ching Wan Hung Soothing Herbal Balm. I'll have to keep that in mind, Rubenar. It sounds like it's packed with the power of the exotic Orient. To more fully address the first part of Jeremiah Johnson's question, the reason I think astrology is bullshit is because there's no mechanism to it that makes any sense. There's no reason to explain why your birth date should be so determinate about who you are. On a more empirical level, it doesn't make any sense because we all know plenty of people who don't fit their astrological sign type. On a functional sort of argumentational level, the way it operates its bullshit is by having infinite regression. So it's like, well, if you're not like a Taurus, well, that's because you're more like your moon sign, or your house is rising in meow, or meow, 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 meow. So since it says everything, people just pick out the parts of it that they think match themselves and go, oh, wow, this is amazing. But, yeah, I think it's bullshit. Well, I know it's bullshit. Oh, it does. It does. You're right. It corresponds to cosmic coordinates as the Earth orbits around the Sun. But why one's moment of conception and or arrival into the world, um, and where those constellations are respective to our, from our perspective on Earth, why that should be determinant as to a person's nature or personality, there's no explanation for that at all. And of course, intuitively, there's no reason to think it should be. There should be such a linkage. Empirically, we have plenty of examples of people who don't fit that linkage. And structurally, we can explain why it's fallacious and specious in its reasoning. So I know for certainty that it's bullshit. And that's what we can do when we think well, is we can articulate specifically what criteria need to be met for something to validate as justified or true or legitimate. We can articulate specifically what criteria something might meet that would justify delegitimizing it, falsifying it. We can articulate what kind of justification or falsification metric we ought to use for what kind of claims. And we don't have to be confused about things. But, you know, I get that almost nobody thinks like that. And that's fine. I don't expect other people to do my job, right? But the thing is, what I'd like for people in general to do is to recognize that, you know, you're not a plumber. When you need plumbing, hire a plumber to do a plumber's job. You know, I wish people would be like that about analysis, intellectual analysis. But that's not going to happen because people, that's too close to people's identities, you know. There's too little, it's too little teleological about it. Almost everyone thinks, how does being born at this time affect your personality? Well, I mean, the point is, Karma's Pimp, the presentation astrology makes elicits the question, well, why or how does being born at this time impact or define my personality? What's the mechanism by which it accomplishes imprintation of destiny upon me? And there's no answer to that question, so you can immediately toss it out the window because things that don't have a legitimate mechanism, things that don't have a legitimate mechanism to explain why and how meow links to meow are not explanations and should be tossed aside as worthless crap, such as evolution. Same thing. It doesn't have a mechanism, so it's just the same thing as astrology.
Could it just fall into entertainment?
I mean, sure, people can entertain themselves with astrology as much as they want. People can believe in it as much as they want. Obviously, you know, I'm not trying to be the thought police, but I'm just answering the question, what do I think of astrology, and responding to the notion that it has some kind of mechanism, because I'm not attached to my position either way. You know, if astrology were somehow to suddenly arrive at a mechanism, discover some heretofore unknown force, empirically prove its existence, explain how that force interacts with space time and human beings to create personality, then I'd be down to accept it, you know? But that's not going to happen, obviously.
So let's say we've got a building we've got to build, and there's like $100 million budget. Are you saying that the astrologist should have $0 of that budget in planning the building?
Correct. I'm saying, well, I mean, the thing is, what I'm saying is that's up to whoever's paying for the building. I can't make universal generalizations about how other individuals use the teleologically, purposefully astrology. If somebody's got $100 million, wants to pay for a building, and spend 90 million on building and 10 million on astrologer, that's their prerogative. I can't say whether that's right, wrong, smart, good, bad, or whatever.
I think that's being done with feng shui. I think people are spending portions of their budget on following these rules that are completely unprovable.
Um,
Like people aim their houses a certain way, they've got certain features in certain areas of their homes, and in new construction, if someone's really into this stuff, they might spend 10 of the 100 million on making it feng shui.
well, I mean, I think that would be something that would be accomplished in the design phase rather than in the execution phase. Probably wouldn't cost more.
Okay.
But but I will say this: Rachel and I moved here to Mariposa because of Rachel's astrology app. Okay, so what I'm saying is this: everybody should do whatever they want with astrology. I'm not telling people what to do, but if you're asking me, does it validate? The answer is no. It's just like prayer. Prayer is a behavior that is that is that comprises the exercise of what we call faith, right? People mistake that behavior for an affirmation. Both people who mistakenly take a position on that sort of thing do so from a faulty premise, namely that believing God is an affirmation rather than a behavior. Obviously, I don't need to justify I feel like going jogging to anybody, right? There's no reason to justify it. I don't just I want to. Nobody would even dare to ask me to justify it, right? Similarly with prayer. The problem is that people mistakenly believe that a relationship with God involves affirming or negating things about God, which is insane, right? It would place it, it it's contrary to the whole concept of faith to try to prove God. I saw something interesting this morning. Squirrels are out here, and one of them chittered, and they all ran away. And I was like, there's one like on lookout on a branch up over there, and the squirrels were all over here, you know. And it chittered, and they all ran away. I was like, what did it chitter for? I'm just standing here. Why is it like scared of me all of a sudden? And then swooping over the garage, down this driveway and across the street came this big hawk. So it wasn't chittering about me, it was chittering about that hawk. And informing his friends, hey, you better watch out, a hawk's coming. One of them didn't listen. One of them was just standing right there. But the hawk didn't get it. If people understood language events more as actions taken by people and less as objects of analysis, um, we'd all be better off. It's like let the action of the speaker be the object of the of analysis before the words spoken are the object of the analysis. So remember that people are affirming or negating things. You know, what is the person doing? Is the first question to ask with any piece of language. It's just like there are different kinds of action in the physical world. Hitting, kicking, digging, swimming, driving. There are different kinds of action in the metaphysical world as well. But they're not nearly so multitudinous as the kinds of action in the physical world are. Although even those are finite. But you know, people communicate interrogatively, they communicate in statements, or they communicate in expletives. And that's basically it. You can call all kinds of statements either descriptive, prescriptive, normative, or least that's it. And every speech act has a illocutionary frame, which is to say there's an implied something that comes before it, such as before any statement is implied before it, I believe that, in the sense that those two sentences are identical. I believe that statement is identical to statement in terms of its meaning. So too with questions. I want to know question is the same as just asking the question. We leave out those illocutionary parts when we speak expressly on the locutionary plane, which is what I'm doing right now, you know. But it causes us to mistake language objects as something other than artifacts of a human's willful and purposeful action. And thus, it's once again trying to understand a, a coin as a one-sided thing. It's conceptually impossible. You can't understand language objects except through understanding them as language acts by an individual representing particularly one of 16 possible attentional configurations, and driven by the fact that or deeply informed by the fact that they are not aware of the right metaframe through which to do analysis, so I have not included any analysis of themselves as part of their overall analytical project. Not any. They don't have the second angle to the two-dimensional thing, you know. You can't just do like do the right work without caring about the frame. You got to do the right process under the right frame or within. We say under in debate, but it's the wrong preposition. Let's be honest, it's not the right preposition. Hi, Rachel, my precious angel.
Well, unfortunately, I have to do dishes when I'm at home. Anyway, we're gonna do some stuff here. Can I call you later?
Well, I'll agree with you that the comic book guy is INTP. Frank is a little bit more questionable. Dr. Nick is like a ESFJ or ENFJ. Hi, everybody.
Sounds good.
I'm Dr. Nick.
Okay, I'll catch you later.
So I'm going to the kitchen for a little bit because Karen's on the phone. Yeah, Frank's the nerd. I mean, the point is he's not as clearly written a character, right? The comic book guy is pretty clearly written as an INTP. Whereas Frank is not clearly written as a type, not as clearly written as a type, you know? So, he's harder to type. Like, Lisa's pretty clearly written as an ENTP, but she's not always displaying ENTP qualities. She's kind of like, She's not as ENTP as that bunny-eared girl in Bob's Burgers. That girl's super ENTP. She's like written straight from the ENTP playbook. Well, I know. See, Lisa's not written clearly as a good. It's not as clearly written as a type. For example, there's the scene where Homer, the Bear Patrol episode, Lisa's trying to. Homer walks outside and says, "Ah, thank God the Bear Patrol's working." And Lisa says, "Well, how do you know that?" So I don't see any bears, do you? She says, "That's specious reasoning, Dad. Look, here's my tiger preventing rock. You don't see any tigers, do you?" And Homer says, "Lisa, I'd like to buy your rock." um, the thing is, that's displaying excellent TI on her part, right? But in other ways, she's more like an ENFP. She's more like an activist type of whatever, you know. So she's not written as clearly as one type as, say, the bunny-eared girl from Bob's Burgers. Apu? um, Louise, thank you, Acacia. Thank you for telling me her name. Uh, and like BoJack Horseman is such an INFJ. He's written clearly as an INFJ. Right. There's this funny moment between me and Rachel the other day. We were watching it, and in the show, somebody asks BoJack, like, "Who is BoJack Horseman now?" And he has this look like this, with these like side eyes, like, "Oh my God, I have no idea." And I paused it and I said, "Who is Rachel now?" And she literally gave me the exact same BoJack Horseman eyes. She was just like, "Aww." So that was pretty funny. Um, I would say Todd is. Well, I don't know, like Todd from BoJack Horseman. He seems like an ISFP kind of with a weird way of showing any polar. And he seems to like have a lot of ideas, but they're none of them are good ideas. But and he can't tell the part. He can't tell apart good ideas from bad ideas though. So maybe that's he's hard to type. He's hard to type. I don't know about Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if they qualify as types, really. It'd be insulting to any type to call them that type.
So if young people were typed, let's say, you know how there's school counseling, if everyone had to be typed, would that help guide them in knowing their potential future?
Uh, well, that's a complicated question. So, the thing is, yes, there should be early typing of kids, and yes, kids should be informed as to what that means in terms of their likely skills, interests, etc. Um, but I don't think Rachel's sick today. She was a little sniffly, but Tina Belcher, she seems like an INFP to me.
I don't remember the word introvert versus extrovert being brought up until I was like in college in a psychology class. But it wasn't necessarily for MBTI. I think it was for something else.
Yeah, well, Bob's Burgers actually is one of the most well written as far as writing clean types. Mom's an ESFJ, the dad's an ISTJ, the boy's an ESFP, Tina's an INFP, Louise is an ENTP. That show writes its characters typologically clean. You know, that's the most typologically clean show I can think of, actually. It's a good show. I like it a lot. I don't watch it very much, but I like it a lot. Like, I'm getting to the part of BoJack Horseman where ESFJ, she's as ESFJ as they get. Like when she's singing along with the commercial and wants to go to the couch store, and that's the most ESFJ character ever. Wants to see her all of her kids' things at school and stuff, you know. Hi, darling.
Hi, handsome. How goes it?
It goes well. I think we're gonna head outside relatively soon to look at that piece of wood. We won't need a chainsaw today. We could use the circular saw or the pole saw to chop that.
I've got a good circular saw in my car that'll cut that thing.
All right, cool. Because my circular saw, I need a new blade for it.
Yeah.
It's dull AF. And the AF stands for as something dull.
It
Well,
sounds sick.
that's what somebody said. I said it. She's not sick, but she did sound sniffly earlier. Pretty sure your mom's one too. Well, they're ESFJ moms. You know, like the person that lived here before us was also an ESFJ woman, and you know, fortunately she took them with her, but she had a lot of little signs up, and she had a whole bunch of crucifixes up on the wall up there in the top hallway. Like a whole wall full of crucifixes. And we still have a sign on our pantry. I can't figure out how to take it off. It says pantry. Thanks, ESFJ.
Yeah.
Guys, what? I'm not gonna remember tomorrow where my pantry is? I can't figure out how to take it off. Maybe Cameron, you can help me with that.
Let's see. I never looked, but I wonder if it's glued on or something.
No, you can turn it around. You can spin it around in a circle. It doesn't go all the way through.
Interesting. Is it just screwed in?
I've never tried to keep spinning it around. I just determined that I couldn't take it off like from a hook or something. Is that what it is?
I don't know that it's any looser with that, but if it
Well,
just...
why don't you close the door?
Yeah.
It looks like it is getting looser. I think you might have figured it out, Cameron.
Yeah, I think it's just getting looser, maybe? Oh, there it is. There it is. It's on a little thingy. It's on a slot. Bam.
Good job, dude. Thanks.
But look, Eric's probably right though, because look what this is. This is the weirdest thing. You know, you're supposed to slide it to the middle. I guess she did it right, but that's a really odd use of that.
Oh, so it's supposed to be slid to one side and then you take it off. Yeah, how are you supposed to know that without having to put it on yourself?
And they got it at, oh, what's WI? Wisconsin? They got this thing in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin and out Augusta, Wisconsin.
So somebody from Wisconsin
Handcrafted.
sent it to them, maybe, or they went on vacation.
Handcrafted.
Screw out, and we can just spackle that sucker.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll do
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna look like a normal house, not like some ES whatever lady lives here.
Pantry.
Hey. Thank you for taking it off. We really have no idea. Like,
Sure.
No, I didn't out-TE anybody. I just was baffled by that and gave up on it very quickly.
That might be fun to shoot with the BB rifle. We'll set it up outside and just see if we can hit the letters. I'm going for A.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll go far.
Pretty good.
I could go for I'll go for T.
Sweet. I'll give my my drill and spackle so we can just finish that door.
Okay. I just think this is above the grass trying to troll guests. That's funny, new group. That's a funny.
Oh, that is funny.
I was just going to throw this away. I forgot we were going to shoot it with a BB gun.
I like that your mind is on that step, though. I'm throwing it away.
Yeah. They walk out saying, the food in there is rotten. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hilarious jokes. Okay, I'm thinking about putting it right here. Can you see it in the tree? I can't see if you can see it. I need my glasses. Yeah, I forgot we were doing that. I put the pantry sign up in the tree.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Do you want to show the folks at home a good trick for?
Yeah, let's show them.
Okay.
Good trick for spackling.
So folks at home, you've got to take out whatever you want to spackle over, but it leaves a risen part on the surface. So you get your
Risen hole.
risen hole. So you get your ball into the hammer and you give it a little smack, and you smash it down a little bit. And when your spackle goes on there, it ends up more flat. So,
And that's what you want in spackle. You want flat spackle.
Yep.
You don't want bumpy spackle. Nobody gets chunky spackle at the store.
folks at
They all
home,
get smooth.
you guys want to do the spackling?
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
do it.
All right, you guys are doing it right now.
You didn't get any spackle on. Now you got some spackle.
I've got some spackle. Yay. Spackle king. Oh boy. That's pretty sexy.
If you look at it from this side,
Blobs.
well,
You want some to goop over it? We can goop over it a bit. It's gonna have a dark spot at this point just because the wood is that color.
okay.
Maybe more like that.
Yeah, okay,
Just a
sure.
little bit of a layer.
It's gonna have a dark spot anyway. I gotta paint over it anyway, so that's fine. So, do you want to see where I put the little sign?
Oh yeah, should we grab the BB rifle?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find my BB pistol too.
Sweet.
What? Sure. Rachel's gonna be a camera woman.
Alright. Nice. Okay.
Let me find my BB pistol.
Sure. We also need that rifle.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Miss Fortune. Friday is upon us. I'm not sure where we're going to be shooting this rifle from. I guess back in here. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Jeremy Fix. What's going on? Ooh la la.
Oh, guns. I wiped down the double barrel Daisy. It was all dusty from the other day.
Yeah, everything got so
Yeah.
dusty.
Well, I got this one too.
Nice.
It's having a baby in it. I'm gonna get my babies.
Oh, it comes right back.
The ricochet
Oh
came.
shit!
It comes. It's
I
not
felt
a-
the breeze from it though. That's
Let me get some BBs. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
We
you know
can-
what? I think I have some right here. I've actually got a store of BBs for you.
Cool. Thanks. Has a few images.
Okay.
How do I put them in again?
Let me see.
Oh, I know. I remember. You gotta
You
push
kinda
this thing
press-
down. Right.
Press the one thing and stick them in the top. And
Okay, let me put these in my pocket.
it's a whole thing. I'll put the BBs in my pocket ready. But yeah, it's probably going to ricochet back at us. I hope it doesn't do anything to this window.
Should I put it in a different place?
Well, if it was just aimed so that the ricochets bounced
I could put it
somewhere else.
maybe.
Maybe if we put it, we might lean it against that thing over here. Leaning it there, then they're just going to bounce back this way.
I'm surprised it doesn't penetrate the sign.
yeah, no.
The sign's pretty hard, I would say. Is this aiming at the sign? Do
I
focus
don't
it
know
on?
if it is or not. Here, Rachel. We can be the camera.
Thanks.
I'm going for the end.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Oh,
a
it's-
ricochet
it's
back.
hitting you from- Okay. So we're learning about ricochets. Ricochet back and hit you.
Yeah, and we're learning that pantry signs are really tough.
Yeah. We have a lot of windows, so maybe we should figure out. Oh, you know what? Is one jammed in there already, Eric?
I don't know.
Let's turn it upside down and look to see if in here one can get jammed, and then that thing. Like if you take the clip out and then put it back in again, there can be a BB jammed in there. Unless the flashlight's there. I think that looks all right.
Yeah, I might just have put it in backwards.
Okay.
Let's
But
see. Alright, so let's move this pantry sign.
yeah, before
We don't
break
have
the
to
window-
shoot the pantry sign.
That's true.
We can shoot something else.
Yeah, it's always good to get like a cardboard box or something.
Oh,
You definitely have that.
Full of it almost.
I
Maybe
have
if we put it
cardboard.
in this tree stump this way, then the ricochets will bounce that way, like here. Is that a good spot? Yeah, like that, it'll bounce someplace else. What do you think?
Alright, well, let's give it a shot. There, I hit it.
Nice.
I hit the T square on.
I'm going for the Y.
Close.
How about inside the R? That's a cool spot. Yeah.
Nice, got it.
Nice shot. Alright. I'm gonna go for the bottom part of the Y. I don't think I hit where I was aiming. I just put other time.
Fitting it somewhere. Your CO2 sounds like it's fizzling out.
Fizzling CO2. It's one of the.
All right, I'm gonna go for 2 shots into the Y all at once.
Okay.
Oh, I got it too tall. Two shots in the Y. I might have hit the R.
Yeah, you hit the R.
Yeah, I don't think my laser lines up with anything.
Did I lose the little tool that goes with this?
The tool is stuck to the back of this thing. You fold out
Oh.
that little doohickey,
Oh,
and
thanks.
that is the tool.
That's good. It makes it so it's hard to lose.
Yeah, I really like that about that design.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah, that still comes back.
Oh my god.
Maybe this angle. Going in for inside that R. No, nowhere near it. No. They're really coming back pretty good right now. What angle are you
Oh,
using?
it's sketchy.
It's sketchy. You're supposed to shoot cardboard boxes.
I got some cardboard. I'll get it.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably safe.
Yeah?
We won't
Yeah, let's do it
ricochet
safer.
into our eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Good idea.
For some reason, I just find it fun to shoot at cardboard too.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of ricochet with hard targets. folks at home got to see some BB loading.
Okay. Well, I found my BBs and I changed that cartridge. And I talked briefly with Chawa on the phone.
How's Shawa?
Oh, she's fine. She's just fine. I need to work with Chloe. And I said, I'm in the middle of something right now. I can't schedule your meal. Because I knew I had something on Sunday. I don't remember what it is. I don't want to look at the calendar.
It's the BB?
Hmm? I don't remember what it is exactly.
These boxes look awesome.
Sweet.
These represent great targets. Ooh, this tidy board one has built-in targets. So, is the kitty over there?
She's so cute in the field. Yes.
Oh my gosh, what a cutie.
Meow.
I like BB gun shooting too.
We'll have to shoot
She's like
not
definitely
that
not
direction.
scared.
Yeah. Oh my
At
god,
all.
he's such a lucky cat. Look what a cool place he has now. So what do you, how far do you think we get to shoot?
Let's put on that little Christmas tree right there.
Put it on this guy? Or
Yeah.
up here?
Either way. That's good. Cameron's not quite as tall as me.
No, I'm not. I feel short around here. It's not that often that I feel short.
I'm so clumsy with these damn things.
The BB?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's impossible to do it good. I'll do it over like my bedspread or something, so that they don't all get lost. Sometimes. Oh yeah, that's got all kinds of discernible things to shoot at.
Cool.
There it is. In all of its cardboard glory. Our target.
Mm-hmm. Rachel, what's going to be your spot?
I'm gonna try for the bigger blue.
You're ready to blast.
Thanks.
Both are cocked and ready to go.
Okay.
You guys want to have a additional target on the ground too?
Why not?
Sure.
Just have like a 1-2.
Of course, we also have actual targets.
Noise.
You hit it.
You did?
That was
That was the sound of cardboard, right?
Yeah, that's success right there. Oh yeah.
Nice work, Rachel. Nice work.
Thanks.
You hit it.
Yeah.
You need to die, mosquito.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are coming to say hello.
This thing is so cool.
Why don't
It's
you,
really the one they give to children, and you know, great.
why don't you give it a shot with the pistol, Rachel?
Okay. Any tips for?
Yeah, you just push this button down over there. You're not ready to fire because it's not safe.
Okay.
Just aim it at the box. That's the
Oh,
power.
that blue spot is.
That's the power of a brand new CO2 cartridge.
You can see how this is a lot more sneaky than that one. Like you can pretty well, your neighbors wouldn't know much about it. That one,
That one, no.
your neighbors are aware. Yeah, those things are freaking loud.
On the ground.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Thanks.
I might have had a misfire on one.
You got it in the square. I mean, the rectangle.
I'm trying to go for the bottom blue rec.
I'll go for the top one. Hey, you got it. You got it in the bottom corner. All right.
Nice.
Let's call it a target shooting day.
We did it.
We did it.
Away from these mosquitoes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we have christened the pantry sign what it really deserves to be.
Where is it?
It's over there, and it's a fun outdoor spot.
I'll collect this as well. Put it over by the trap. Anything can all go by the trash.
I'll take that.
Cool. Cool.
Here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
You don't know what's wrong with you? Just tell her, there's nothing wrong with me, Mom.
That's a good way to stop her in her tracks.
Yeah. See what else is going on here in Chatteroo.
Blessed be the chat that ISTJ Cam comes over and you get BB gun shooting
Yeah.
during your thing.
Lopez is a proper Lyudmila Pavlichenko in the making. Must be a Soviet woman sniper or something.
I think she's like, yeah, the most badass sniper or something.
I want to practice. It's fun.
Yeah.
Definitely bring it the wedding day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just so happens I might have a couple more at home. I was going to make another double barrel. So
Really?
I have a couple more. They're at Kara's house, and I don't know how much she thinks they're hers, but she can't really use them at her new place. We used them at her Sierra Madre yard because it was huge, but she's at this tight spot in Arcadia where, yeah, I might be able to bring in a couple.
Cool.
Yeah, I remembered after he showed me, but okay, so okay, so to okay, so I'm trying to go back to where we went outside. See what people have to say about this. The spackling. Cameron, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, Cameron does have a YouTube channel.
It is a highly successful cam moto. I have 600 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Pretty
So-
good.
I have.
Successful.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is good. I have like 8, so.
I have
Cool.
99 videos though, so I just don't. I just sort of. I thought, am I really gonna do 100th video for my own labor? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to have a good reason to make a video nowadays. So who knows?
You'll feel like. I get that. Because, like, that's how I am with art. Like, I have to feel it.
Nefarious plans all about various deeds underway. Wary of every doubt that's scary, but that's about all you can say. I would be tempted to have my doors stained and then leather covered with studs if it weren't too tacky. Well, it is. Yes, Cam Jam is still here. He's not leaving till tomorrow. Give the sign a tilt downwards that ricochets down. Well, ultimately, it was just too much ricochet. We were like a ricochet ranch. So we had to put that sign aside and switch to cardboard.
Even when I angled it, it's like the momentum of the BB went directly one direction and back. It came back straight at me, even when I angled it. So
Yeah.
That
Cardboard.
sign, it should have a warning on it. Don't shoot BBs at this sign.
Oh, also, I was supposed to tell you guys you're supposed to wear eye protection when you do that stuff.
Oh, that's good to know. Like anything?
Yeah, and with
Okay,
these
like
little
6
things.
sunglasses
anything.
you could wear?
Sunglasses is
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
Well, he had an ENFJ in his own family. Right there at home, he had this perfectly qualified person. Yeah, I did remember before.
Someone has a nice ass. Is that SI or SE?
That's SE. But SENI. Seeing somebody's ass is SE. Saying, thinking to yourself, nice ass is NI.
Kim, if you want to use the laundry, the washer's free. I just have to take stuff out of the dryer.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think I'll do a load. Yeah, that'd be good.
This gun stuff worries you so much. We're not using real guns. We're using just BB guns. But it was a little dangerous. Put live bees in our BB guns, and then they'd be BB guns.
BB guns.
BBB guns.
Those would be some lucky bees. They'd win the bee speed Olympics.
They
You know,
yeah.
you go to like the bee Olympics, they're probably flying at what, 10 miles an hour? The BB gun will shoot them at like 30 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Miss Fortune. Rachel looks good with that.
I have some photo shoots of Kara with those guns all like with the cowboy hat. I'm like, yeah, sexy baby.
Nice.
You gotta keep them separated. You're right, Fly Guy.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I think it's Man Kitty at the front door.
It is my kitty man. Hi. You got a bug on your nose. Or something.
Let's see. What's really nice when you're in line and some guy, old woman, always one of these, telling the cashier his life story. Well, you know, try to be sympathetic. There, I gave you a command. Sure, that's what you were looking for. I see you're a man of culture as well. Well, I hope so.
Meow. Meow. What are you meowing about?
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Meow.
Having sex is
Meow.
it's both, I guess. The act of doing it is doing it. But it depends on your attentional manner as to what you're paying attention to there. Sex is a weird one. It's kind of a combination
Oh,
thing.
it's okay.
Well, Ruben R is going to be like my 601th subscriber.
That's pretty good.
That's cool.
Thank you, Ruben. Maybe my 100th video will be about you.
Yeah.
Sorry for spamming the spackling with the Rubenine origins. I enjoyed the Rubenine origins. That was a great story. You get a little SI out of an ENFJ, it goes a long way. And you apologize for it. That's an SI polar there. Yeah, Rachel did a good job of shooting.
Thank you.
Everybody stay out of my axis hole. Having sex is TE, of course. Step 1, put on my wizard hat and robe. I have a theory that it kind of depends on what your personality type is to where your attention goes. But I don't know. I've never been able to explain sex, so I'm not going to try to explain it now. Okay. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette.
Shall I meet you out there with the circular saw?
Yeah. let's go ahead and cut into that.
Thanks, Miss Fortune. What are we cutting into?
This piece of wood.
Fun!
Yeah. But we're not gonna get into the chainsaw today because I don't want to play with my burnt hands.
Oh no, you can't.
We can still read about it. There's a lot of reading and a lot of chainsaw technique videos that one
That's
could
good.
allow themselves to ponder.
We could definitely.
If you want the torture of that process, I can guide you through.
Yeah, well, I will need to watch some of those things.
Doesn't this look like a manga?
Yeah, it's complicated.
111 part IQ test right there is the first part of that manual. It's
Oh my
intimidating.
God.
You see those images, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, to not have any prior knowledge of those images, you're screwed. Yeah.
Yeah, like I already have questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think SE pullers can properly enter the course? Sure. I mean, I think everybody can. At least sometimes, you know. And
The choices are circular saw or sawzall. Do you have a preference, Eric?
I don't have a preference. Whichever you think is going to work better. I thought I might chop it with my machete once or twice just to try it out.
Sure.
Yeah, well, you get two INXPs dating each other. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Who's gonna make the first move?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But in all other contexts. I don't think so,
I'm so
Fly
glad you took
Guy.
that fucking sign down, Eric. That thing, you know, I'm just really glad you took it down. That was so annoying.
The pantry sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that sign. You took it down, thank you.
Is there any other shit like that left?
No, I think that was the last one of those times.
Because I love demolition is way more fun than construction.
Demoing the fuck out of this wall right now. I gotta get those, gray things off of the wall. Look at that. Look how bad it is. Just look at it. Okay. I need to get a beverage. I need to open the garage door. So cordless, huh?
Yeah, I think this may have the right sort of depth for folks at home.
All right. Well, so let's drag this log down here some.
You want to just
Okay.
really want it all down here, or why not just
What?
you want to chop it in place and we don't have to drag it all out?
Yeah, okay. Your thing's cordless anyway. Might as well. Good idea.
Oh, your hand's working. Do you want to use the tool?
No, I think that's one combined. And why don't you cut the section in here for that? We're gonna bring it back over there. You can't bring a phone over here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, to me, a natural base is somewhere, between here and anywhere down here. If we just cut it way longer, like here, then we can always choose the base later.
You mean making a file on the bottom?
It's usually making, just worrying about the final cut, but no, let's do final cut. I don't know, there?
Okay. And then which part are you doing? From there, this way or that one?
Actually, this is the wool,
Oh, okay.
this is the base, so the top is gonna be
Okay, gotcha.
somewhere. I guess we have to consider what our tools go into, we probably only have this much of cutting distance, so if we're cutting all the way down to there, I don't know. I'll cut it here and here, we may cut off.
Alright, cool. Alright, so Cameron and me brought that log back up here from down the hill there the other day. And he's right, we should cut it over there so we don't have to carry it, but then we'll bring the piece down here once we're done with that.
Do you want me to bring it upstairs?
No, because it's too far from the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we'll do the bulk of the work maybe out here, so I don't have to worry about getting sawdust all over everything in the garage. We can use this little round table to work on. See that little round table? There. And I guess what we're going to do here is we'll probably hole saw it first and then spade bit it.
Really?
I was also thinking about what you were saying the other day about having a new appreciation for Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah.
I was thinking we should, after the race a year now, man and wife, we should play praise.
I have to praise you like I should. Definitely. I was hoping to incorporate it somehow
That
too.
was a good one.
It is.
Does this look like a sexy bomb or what?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Check this out, everybody. Well,
Yeah, it does.
bring it over here,
So
Cameron.
good.
I've got a camera set up so we can work on this little table.
It's pretty pimp already.
That is looking
It
pretty
could just be a
nice.
Wow,
symbolic
that's
bomb
nice
almost.
wood.
Yeah, it is nice wood. What kind of wood is this?
Do not know.
Smell good?
Smells pretty good.
Mmm. That's so nice.
It smells like Home Depot. It smells like the
Oh
less
my-
priced, like pine. Is pine the stuff that's kind of low priced?
I don't know.
But I just don't know.
This
much.
has small circles though, which means it's very hard wood.
Oh, larger.
Larger circles mean softer wood usually.
Okay, well, hardwood to me sounds like a good thing for a bong.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've got those fluted bits, right? I wonder if we just pass as long a drill bit through this as we can, follow it up with the fluted bit, which is the one that looks like the cutting doohickey.
This might be sequoia even. I was looking at the bark. Kind of looks like that tree over there.
If we
That
make
one?
that into a successful bong, that would be like a real piece of art.
Yeah.
Doesn't this bark kind of look like the bark on that tree right there?
The
Does it-
smaller one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the small
Yeah.
one. That's a sequoia tree, I think.
Yeah, it looks very much
Oh,
like
it's
it.
the same
Yeah.
tree.
Okay.
Oh, it is the same tree.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
That's an interesting tree.
Yeah.
It's my little friend tree.
Aww.
Well, what's nice is it stands up right now. You know,
Yeah.
That's a good start. What do you want to attack first?
Yeah, I wish I had my. I don't know what happened to it. My what's it called? It's a sander that
Orbital sander, belt sander.
belt sander. I don't know what happened to my belt sander. Belt sander is a good way to make that bottom of that flat.
True. I could cut it again now that it's not like leaning and everything, and probably get, give it another try, give it a better cut.
All right, let's try to do that first. Let's try to get it
Okay.
nice and flat on the bottom.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can leave it here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll cut it here.
I'll move this chair out of there.
Oh, I'll get out of the way. Sorry, guys.
All right, I need to get a beverage. My box of juice that I had. I'll be right back. We'll camera catch this thing.
I'm gonna try not to take any more off than I have to. That's already looking pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I think we can make this work.
Very spicy delight.
Thanks, Erling.
You're welcome.
That looks pretty flat.
Yeah.
Good
Nicely
job.
done.
Yeah,
Wow. It's like a coaster
we
sort
got
of.
a decent cube out of that. Yeah, you got a toaster.
This is like a slice of jicama.
Yeah, that's like better than I thought I could do it. So
Taste of
Would you like half of the jicama?
Oh, yes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Ready to learn. Oh, Mexico. Eat a jicama.
Hikima.
this is it.
Sweet.
Do you have a lighter on you?
I did.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do next?
I mean, okay. Well, the next thing I'd want to do, I think, is let's cut off these little sticks. Because as you were saying before, like it looks pretty rad as like a symbolic bong,
Mm-hmm.
but those little sticks kind of mess that up.
Yeah. Are we leaving this full length? The bowl?
Yeah, I just say cut
Okay.
along here and
Let's
cut
see.
here.
This one, you know what saw is good for that?
I could hold the top of it so it stays still.
Maybe that's the reciprocating saw doing that one. Yeah, I'll get a different saw.
Okay. That was just Rachel and I time to enjoy our hikama.
Hikama is my favorite.
Oh, see.
Oh, see. The Mexican OC inspired me to say, oh yes, to arcades.
And of course, mommy knows.
Yes, and daddy knows.
Yes.
Yes. And
we say to our cats.
yes, this is things we say to our cats.
Because we need them to know that we know. Yeah. And that what we know is oh yes.
Yes, that's exactly how it goes.
Oh, I don't look at our Perry Python.
Oh no.
I got scoring
Yeah. And then you gotta repaint it?
Yeah, I got to repaint it. I only got like 6 weeks.
Oh my god.
That's fine. We'll get done.
No, I'm not. I can't believe. I'm not worried. I just can't believe it. 6 weeks. That's it. That's it. That's so. Wow.
Yeah, exactly 6 weeks today.
Wow.
No, tomorrow. Tomorrow is exactly 6 weeks.
Wow.
It'll be time at that point for you to give up your maidenly ways and submit to the destiny of a wife. Yes, it is the destiny.
Astrology says no.
Well, astrology's bullshit.
Exactly. I would never have those feelings if it wasn't like I would like like it was like implanted in my mind. And it was like that part I was so upset about when it said like you are not likely to marry, or if you do, you get divorced and call it a foolish young mistake. Yeah, I was like, God damn it, what?
They're not that young.
No. I wasn't that young when I read it either. So.
Wow. Here comes Cameron with the
Ooh.
Sawzall.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a Sawzall brand Sawzall.
Makita Sawzall.
Alright, you want me to hold this down for you?
Let's see. Yeah, if you just want to like put a hand on there, maybe. Yeah, like that's good. We should move it back.
If you
Yeah,
cut,
right there.
if you cut this circle tape, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you want this shaped?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, something like that's fine. turn it. Yeah, something like that. Actually, can I get it? Yeah, like somehow this way. Sure.
Yeah.
Nicely.
Let me get trim chop this little chop off.
Yeah. This little nugget.
I think, yeah, it's fine either way though. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
It's looking pretty darn
excellent.
nice.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. That's a pretty great for Chen's Bond.
Where did you find the wood?
Just down the hill over there. Cameron, I think, is the one who picked it out specifically.
Nice.
It was nice and close to the top, so I was getting that cross of how perfect to how possible. I'm like, that one.
Oh.
There's so much wood down there, like, but actually this one's in really good shape for.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of
down.
good choices down there.
Yeah.
There weren't very many good choices. This one he picked was a great choice because the wood's sound. It's dry, but it's not rotting at all.
Yeah, it really smells like Home Depot. It's a nice little smell.
This would also make one of those a good African throwing stick to throw at a rabbit or whatever.
Does anyone want coffee?
New coffee?
I'd like some food, I think.
Food? I could do both.
All right. So let's take a break on this before we mess it up. I love it just the way it is right now.
It's great. That is such a woodland bong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's walk away from it for a bit.
Sure.
Go eat something, have some beverage. First I'll smoke a cigarette.
Sure.
And
I'll put this one away. We're probably not using this anymore.
yeah, probably not.
But we'll probably use a drill and stuff.
I think spade bit is probably as big as we're gonna need. I don't think we're gonna even need a hole saw.
Correct,
I got an extendo arm for my spade bits, so that I can go all the way to the bottom of there, no problem. As it makes them longer. Go stand next to my beloved fiancée. Oh, my beloved fiancée, Rachel.
Oh, my little fancy Eric.
I didn't really care about the term very much, but now that I only have 6 weeks left to use it, I figure
Hey, yeah, that's nice.
I
That's
might
kind
as
of
well
nice.
start busting it out.
Cool. I haven't been using it either. We've been just using husband and wife.
Right. But now that we're 6 weeks from getting officially legally
6
husband and wife,
weeks.
I might as well start calling you my fiancée.
Fancy.
No, Eric, that's pronounced fiancé. Oh, my mistake. I got sap on my fingers.
Do you? Mine, it feels wet.
We look like quite a striking couple dressed like this.
We
I love
do.
the high neck. We're very American Gothic,
Thank you.
you know, sitting next to each other. Except for
Yeah, we
smiling.
really. Yeah, except we're smiling.
We got a rooster weather vane on top of our garage. Right now, it's facing north.
Hmm. That is the way the wind is blowing.
What was that sound? Somebody talking down there. No. You know what they say about what happens to voices in the mountains?
Travel?
They carry. Voices carry.
Voices carry.
They carry extra in the mountains.
Well, yeah, I mean, sounds get moved all around by bouncing off of canyons or whatever, and so it's like
Okay.
sometimes I can't really tell where a sound's coming from, where I think clearly it's coming from over there, and then it turns out it's not really coming from over there or something, you know.
Sometimes we get Irwindale Speedway really loud if there's cloud cover or certain conditions.
Atmospheric effects, yeah.
Irwindale Speedway being 7 miles away from my house, maybe 5 miles.
Yeah,
Oh,
we hear it in Arcadia too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever really knew if that's what it was, but
I heard it too, yeah.
yeah.
If you look at Yelp and you hear about it every Saturday, what are all of those explosions? Does anybody know?
Every Saturday, pretty much.
You coming in?
Yes.
Okay. So I could just eat like burritos or something, maybe.
I have that song Voices Carry in my head now.
Mm-hmm.
Voices Carry.
It's a not traditional. Um, what was I talking about? I forget what I was talking about now.
Sublime are pretty terrible. What's funny about Sublime is they have a couple songs that I think I really like, but then when I listen to their music and listen to it again later, I'm like, yeah, they're pretty terrible. I would always skip it. But they have like a song about the riots that's pretty good.
Well, apparently everybody else was thinking the same thing we were, Rachel. Everybody thought at the same time American Gothic.
What's American Gothic?
It's a painting.
Of the two farmers?
Yeah,
Oh my god, totally.
yeah. I'll pull it up so you can look at it. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think that's the makings of a good art piece with you two doing American Gothic. Like with your house. Do you have anything like that? We could take the picture.
A pitchfork? I don't think I have a pitchfork.
Probably have a shovel or a hoe or something.
Hey, I have a snow shovel.
That's pretty badass. We should do that picture.
We could put our house behind it, but there's not a house next door to it.
You just throw on like suit. I don't know, whatever you're wearing now. Actually, you don't have to change your outfit.
Like, what's that lady looking at in that picture? I wonder.
I
Is she
never
look-
looked at it close enough to realize there was an expression like she's sort of frowning at either him or something.
Past
Distance.
10, maybe, yeah.
Maybe it's the kids who are tussling around or something.
Congratulations, you have spent time viewing an image. You have got to be kidding me. Google Arts and Culture just offered me a badge. And congratulations, you have spent time viewing an image.
Oh my god. You could get a badge that says you're cultured, Eric. Just imagine.
Your eyes work.
Nice.
Jack has a gigantic announcement. All right, let's hear what your gigantic announcement is. Is that the band that sings?
Yeah. Isn't it?
That's a good song.
I feel like it's that. I could be wrong
That's a good song. I like it. Yeah. Aren't we a lovely gay couple?
So happy.
Miss Fortune says, I watched Megan Lavota. She's pretty dope. Great eyebrows. It's pretty chilly out. It's 67. I don't want to show you my vagine, Boba Fett. The Oracle
Yeah.
at Delphi had the inscription on a rock that said, Know thyself. Carl Jung said, Become thyself. Become yourself. Okay.
Acacia, yeah, that's the best song. Your third song you wrote, April 26, 1992.
I've now discovered that this is not enough and we must all become like Jesus, nothing less. Must we now? I don't like gorillas. I don't like them. They suffer from almost good syndrome. Look, half of us have to become like Jesus, half of us like the Virgin Mary, half of us like God, half of us like the Holy Ghost, and half of us have to be like Moses. Overrated bamboo munchers. Correct. Well,
Did the Gorillas keep making music? I remember their stuff from a long time ago.
I don't know. I've never heard a gorilla song I liked. I'm not a united figure like Jesus. I'm not good enough to emulate. Well, that's true. I wouldn't recommend people emulate me. Emulating Jesus is fine. Go for it if you want to do that. Oh, first you become yourself, then you know yourself. Then you know other people, then you become other people, then you become Jesus.
Then you become Jesus?
That's how it works.
Do we all rise?
Yes, we do. We all rise. Hosanna in the highest. I'm sure Eric hates Bjork. Well, you're not wrong, New Groove. You're not wrong. I mean, it's not that I hate her. I just objectively, correctly articulate that she is terrible. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Looks like Gorillaz has 9 albums on iTunes anyway.
The Gorillas?
Yeah.
9?
9 different albums from, oh, I don't know, I forget the first year. Maybe 2001 to now?
Wow.
So it sounds like they keep making stuff.
That's
But yeah, I don't know where to hear new music. I never really, I don't know.
The only when I would find new music is when I would go on Pandora and then like put in an artist and then it would give like songs. But
Yeah.
besides that, but I don't use it now, so it's like it's gonna.
I need to do that again. I need to have Pandora open and then iTunes open. So it's like, okay, I like it here, and so I'll grab some songs from the album here and save them. Because somehow I didn't like using Pandora. Maybe it's because I didn't pay for the extra thing. I think it was like 100 saves or like 100 artists you could save. So that ends up not being enough at some point, I think. Or what is it, channels? Is that how they made it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what I had.
Yeah. I had that too. It's hard to find good like new music, but I can't believe the Gorillas. So they're still together now.
Yeah, they've got an album February of this year. Um, but yeah, I would have no idea what it would sound like if I listened to it.
No, me neither. It's been a while. It's been a while since I listened to like a newer Gorillaz album. Maybe the last time might have been like 2016 for me.
I feel like it was their first stuff that I heard, so like 20 years ago. But yeah, I really need to inject new music into my my stuff right now. I just like have been dragging on that.
And it happens.
Mhm.
I've definitely had dry spells where like I just don't. I choose more stuff like from my youth
Mhm.
because I know it.
What I find is I'll choose an artist, I'll listen to them on iTunes, my library, the stuff that I already have of theirs, and then once it plays all of it, then it just automatically plays something similar from somebody else. So that's one way I've found a couple new things. But then again, some of it's stuff that I already have, so it's you can't really count on that to be a way to find new music.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, they're talking about Christian music. You know, when I travel on the road, sometimes I'll hear a rockin' song, and you can't tell that it's Christian music, but then the next song will be super, like, I'm not insulted by hearing the word Jesus too much, but like, I don't necessarily seek it out, you know. The guys on the chat are saying there's no good Christian music.
Well, there is. It's just all classical music. You know, like back in the when people were writing masses and stuff, composing masses and requiems and other church music, then that would qualify as Christian music, but you know. Well, not all composers were Christians, but if you're talking about a composition like a mass or a requiem, it's specifically composed for a purpose to be used in a church ceremony. Whether the composers were actually Christian or not, I mean, I don't know about that, but you'd have to say that qualifies as Christian music. Okay, so I want to eat food now.
Yeah, I was looking for food.
Oh, I wanted a couple burritos.
Oh, okay.
They take a minute and a half each.
A minute and a half each? Okay.
Yeah.
How many would you like?
I just one for now, actually, because you have to make them one at a time. Or that's what it says on the bag, anyway.
Okay.
Just one. Thank you. Yeah, what about, like, oh, come let us adore him, oh, come let us adore him, oh, come let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
It sounds like Christmas.
That's a good song.
So catchy, you know?
Yeah. Thanks, Ruben R. It's because the power of Christ compelled me.
That would be a really good heavy metal song. The power of Christ compels you. You can just yell it a lot, you know, like.
It could be a good ragecore.
That's it, ragecore. I've never heard of that, but it really explains what it is.
Who's Tom Dooley? I was in a boys' choir, you know. Righteous. Well, you can neither be just in your type nor just be your type. So, since either of those two things are impossible, your conditional statement implied there is valid but unsound. I like a lot of Christmas songs, though, you know. There's a lot of good Christmas songs because people have been trying to write Christmas songs for a long time, and only the very best ones really get retained as Christmas songs that you care about at
Would you
all.
like a burrito?
Sure, thanks.
Sure.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Rachel is such a good wife. She spent all morning pounding out the masa to make the tortillas. She started the beans last night, and she's been slow cooking the ground beef all morning as well. And that's how come I get to enjoy this delicious burrito. Who sewed System of a Down? Really, guys? Why are you talking about all these horrible bands? Oh, you guys. You're talking crazy talk now. You know, some of those who burn crosses are the same who join forces. Something like that. Yeah, that's so horrible here, Lamb. Anti-government stuff. Like, oh my god.
And you do what they told you, Eric.
Yeah. It's like, care about music when you're making music. Care about politics when you're talking politics. Don't try to mix the two together or else you will create diarrhea. Nobody wants to get diarrhea all over their ears. I wish some of those that use sauces are the same that burn sausage. Self-important claptrap is what I call it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Here's a napkin for you if you need.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, the topic is lame bands? Well, definitely Limp Bizkit qualifies.
What does the
Limp
biscuit qualify
A lame band.
as? Yeah. I did it all for the nookie.
I did it all for the nookie. Nookie.
What about the insane clown posse?
And they also suck ass.
It's a whole culture. There's a lot of people to participate in ass sucking now.
Yeah. They're like they're like the Dave Matthews Band of people with self-destructive habits.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather listen to Weird Al than Insane Clown Posse. At least when he's copying somebody else's song, he has the advantage of it being a good song. He's just making it slightly worse, you know? More substantially worse, but still better than Insane Clown Posse.
Just the name. Yes, they're juggalos.
You were listening by chance to the Juggalo Cha-Cha Slide.
Mm-hmm.
The Juggalo Cha-Cha Slide. Oh my god.
Who is Acacia? I think they mean it more metaphorically, like, who are you now? Acacia, tell us. Are you a woman inflamed with a passion for flower arranging? Well, if you're not, then we are not meeting with you on Saturday morning. Because on Saturday morning, we are meeting with a woman who has a passion for flower arranging and cake making.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And she has TE.
yeah, I think she's probably an ESTJ. And that's exactly the sort of thing you want to get an ESTJ to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll know that she wants us to provide the NI, us to come with ideas, right? Because she's not going to be able to NI herself. But, you know, all the flowers are going to be fresh and crisp, they're going to be on time, they're going to be put up properly, and as long as we provide the creative vision.
We have to take pictures of the house.
I did already.
Oh, you did? Thank you very much.
Well, I did it before we went to the other place.
Oh.
But we never got to use them because there was nobody there but cornhole.
Oh.
But that woman might be an ESFJ. ESFJs in their work environment look and sound a lot like ESTJs sometimes. Especially if they're like the boss.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I remember she got kind of a vibe that Candace sometimes had when she was at work, you know. I saw her at work sometimes. So. Could be ESFJ woman.
Same.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out, which is interesting. I was gonna say, can you take the lead? If she's ESFJ, she's gonna.
Well, I think if she's ESFJ, she's gonna have more of her own vision of things, which may or may not be good. It might be fine because it's like they have FE as their dominant function, and there are plenty of examples of weddings to look at. And in fact, ESFJs, at least one ESFJ I know, before she was even a teenager, was already collecting wedding ideas. So, in a big binder. Apparently oblivious to the fact that you don't need 1,600 ideas for your wedding because you can only pick one. You know. But anyway, because they use SI, they see so many wedding things. They probably look at the magazines, all that kind of stuff. Then they could probably do a pretty good job with it.
Yeah.
Ah. Let's play Good Christian, Bad Christian. That was one of my favorite games. Snorlax was cool, but how could Snorlax be your fave when Jigglypuff is one of the options?
Yeah.
Well, Snorlax may be snoring, but that doesn't sound pleasant. Jigglypuff sings a song so pleasant it puts you to sleep, so you're snoring. Which would you rather have? The sound of a creature next to you snoring, or something that's so pleasant to listen to that makes you snore?
I did an art project using a picture of Jigglypuff.
Mm-hmm.
My art teacher did not appreciate it.
And as far as cuteness in names go, Jigglypuff has both Jiggly and Puff in its name.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. And you can play it in that Nintendo game, Smash Brothers.
Can you?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Maybe we should get a Nintendo.
Yeah. You can play Nintendo Party. It's so much fun.
Is it?
Oh my gosh.
What Nintendo version does one get nowadays? What's it even called?
Switch?
Nintendo Switch. Okay.
Yeah.
Cuddling your Machoke to sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of people who like to be like, "You're doing Jesus wrong." Catholics are doing Jesus wrong. Or, you know, charismatics are doing Jesus wrong. Yeah, not everybody do Jesus however they want. It's fine. Do you think if somebody was following Jesus around, listening to what he was saying, they were like, "You're following me around wrong."
He had like quite a fan base, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he still does.
Coffee time, right?
Yep.
I mean, the point is, I don't worry about other people's religions. You know? It's not appropriate. It's not an appropriate citation for public discourse. If people are using it as such, then fuck them for that. But besides that, why do I give a fuck what somebody else's religion is? It's not my problem. They have their own cosmic question and answer processes to deal with. It's not a cop out. It's absolutely not a cop out. It's ridiculous. Look, you critique specific instances where people are using any kind of religious reasoning in public discourse, right? And don't worry about what people's religions are. Like, certainly, don't try to do the work of the Lord by distinguishing between fake Christians and real Christians or some other nonsense like that. Like, oh, for goodness sakes. There aren't any like fake Christians out there who are like, "Hey, I love Christ." You really, I don't. Oh, yeah, I stopped drinking water a long time ago. I'm way ahead of the curve here. I'm aware that water's anti-Semitic.
Water's anti-Semitic?
Apparently, if you read the chat.
Yeah. He did drink water, so I should probably stop drinking water too.
Yeah. You know what Hitler never drank? Kern's guava nectar. I can pretty much guarantee you Hitler never drank this. Well, you know what else he did? He bathed in water. So if that doesn't double prove it, he also went swimming in water. 3 makes a pattern. 3 makes a crime. Yeah, the Nazis seem like kind of people who would put sparkles in their water. Just to be fancy. Marching around with their fancy uniforms and their stiff pyaw. Like, don't give me regular water. I am important. I need sparkling water. Well, I'll tell you, as I said before, what remains ruined by the Nazis, Hitler in particular, is the Hitler mustache. When will it return? When will its time come again? Great food, great lovers, wins most wars. So, what are you saying about Germany? If you're born with a Hitler stash birthmark, well, at least when you get into adulthood, you can grow a regular mustache to cover over your Hitler mustache.
What if you're female?
Well, then you have to become transgender Hitler.
Oh my god! Wow.
Or as he's sometimes called, transgitler.
Oh yeah, you could dress up like Charlie Chaplin and always be doing stunts all the time and get away with it. That's the only other way.
Yeah, you have to have the hat, the suit, the penguin walk.
Yeah. The tripping over
Trans-
tumble salt.
transgender Hitler is an escort in your area, huh? Well, I mean, you can leave out the by Christians part, and you'd be saying something meaningful, right? Obviously, it's not funny when you have family killed by anybody. Like, if your family was killed by men, do we condemn men? If your family was killed by women, do we condemn women? If your family was killed by young people, do we condemn young people? If it was killed by old people, do we condemn old people? No. We condemn killers for their behavior, for their rights violation. We don't worry about their identity. That's doing them a service. It's like saying, oh, this cop killed the guy because he was racist. The cop was racist. That's doing the guy and a disservice and the cop a service. The cop killed an innocent person because he's a murderer who's guilty of the ultimate rights violation. That's it. If the cop said I killed him because I didn't like his hat, do we train cops to like hats more? You're missing the point entirely, right? If you were trying to link some identitarian shit to what is murder. Murder is not about the murderer's justifications ever. It's about their failure to uphold their moral responsibility. So, everybody needs to remember that. When we try to blame something or someone other than the individual people who are responsible for horrific crimes, we do everyone a disservice. Lessons taught, lessons learned. Everybody round here, hear my words. Some of you know, some of you don't. But what I just said is right.
These peanuts are still good, right? Like,
These peanuts? Oh yeah, those are fine. Yeah, of course. They're protected by their natural legume shell.
good to know.
These peanuts have been imported here from Oakland. We brought them over the border into Mariposa County ourselves. And I was very pleased to see that both of the shorts I made from the baseball game got over 1,000 views.
Wow, that's great.
One of them got over 2,000.
Wow,
I think it's the one where you can see us on TV.
That's
got
cool.
over 2,000. Okay. So, do we have any plans for the afternoon or anything, or any thoughts about? At some point, I expect myself to start feeling kind of tired because I got up so early this morning, as I usually do. But these days, anyway, it's like my sleep schedule is so wacky; it's ridiculous.
I have a note in my phone that has your name on it. Let me see if there's anything on that that I haven't thought of.
Okay, Judgy Pants. I guess you must be without sin, stone thrower Michelle.
Well, we have a bunch of just household, tool-related tasks. If you want to do any of those.
I'm not feeling particularly motivated or anything.
That's fine. I don't have to do it. We can mess around with that bong more
Okay.
if you want.
I'll put up a couple bomb reps and I'll probably end this stream. Maybe we'll watch a cartoon or something and then play it by ear.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I'm in the position where, normally I'd like to do stuff upon stuff upon stuff. And so since I really have to just rest my body, it's, not doing anything is no problem for me. It's actually very therapeutic for me not to do that much.
Good. Cool.
Because my normal life, I don't have a dishwasher, like to do laundry. I'm carrying it from my car to my mom's and back and all this. So it's actually been really good to be here, and it's super chilled. Went to my aunt and uncle's, it was super chilled, so I have a whole lot of improvement in my painful bits.
It's called R&R.
Yeah, R&R, it's hard to schedule it sometimes.
The first R stands for rest. The second R also stands for rest. No, it stands for relaxation. Relaxation is important.
Yeah.
Rest and Rolades.
While you guys are all arguing about these bad Christians that supposedly are out there, you know what Jesus is doing? He's saying, y'all should smoke some bowls like Eric, Rachel, and Cameron are. That's what the others would know.
Also, Jesus definitely dead.
Alright, like, these fussy pants that are talking about Spanish people, chat. Why don't they just call some balls?
Yeah.
We must, Churchill, we must consider the Pope. Stalin, how many armored divisions does the Pope have? I can't believe Stalin actually got the better of a verbal exchange with Churchill. That's impressive. Good job, Stalin.
Yeah.
I gotta give credit where credit's due. He won that verbal exchange. Why am I ignoring that fact? I mean, it's like, why is that fact relevant to anything? What's your point? Like, understood properly, Christianity is an individual relationship with God. But you guys are talking about history and stuff. Trying to create an identity, a group identity that lingers, that's meaningful. It's always a metaphor. Only individuals have a relationship with God. Oh, my bad, Fly Guy. Well, yeah, the Pope used to control a lot of armies. Popes were very sinful people, by and large. You know, during certain periods of time, they were like the worst of the worst. It was whoever could maneuver themselves into being orbit pops. The Pope uses Swiss Guard mercenaries. Well, good for him. He can afford mercenaries. As you guys, he can afford his own mercenary army. And he needs them because the Vatican City is always waging military campaigns all over the world. It's like, if you look at the list of who's involved in the most military campaigns, it's tied. U.S. and Vatican City. China comes in third.
They have those golden tanks with stained glass windows. They look great.
The Pope drives in the Pope mobile too.
He's got his own mobile. You know what else can say that? Alabama. There. That's cleared out. Jaw is real. Yep. And I use mine to both chew and talk. So it's pretty important. More important than, say, my appendix that I no longer have. I don't have it. Try being Jesus for a week. You will find God then. Hooray!
Hooray!
Try Jesus at no cost to you for 1 week.
No cost to you for 1 week.
If you're not completely satisfied, return it. No problem.
No problem.
If you do like Jesus and want to keep him, we'll simply start charging you $9.99 a month. And you'll be a certified good Christian. Because the problem here is, look, you may say you're a Christian. There's a lot of people out there who question, are you a real Christian or a fake Christian? Are you a good Christian or a bad Christian? What you need is Eric's Christian Certification Service. For just $9.99 a month, you can be certified as a good Christian. Simply fill out our questionnaire, pass our short test on good Christianhood, and you too can be certified as a good Christian. Good and real, okay? So in case anybody says you're a fake Christian, you'd be certified as a real Christian. In case anybody ever says you're a bad Christian, you'd be certified as a good Christian. And it'll say expressly on there. In other words, not a bad Christian.
I see income flow for you in the future, Eric.
Me too.
Yeah, me three.
In the Christian certification business.
You could have a decertification business as well. People can nominate their friends, but the nominator still has to pay the $9.95 a month to say somebody else is not a real Christian and not a good Christian in the public registry.
Right. In order to avoid being a pyramid scheme, everybody who recommends a friend won't get anything. This is working out to be an excellent plan.
You know, believe it or not, you might be able to certify good Hindus.
Oh, I already do, Cameron. I certify Hindus all the time. I certify Hindus. I certify Christians. I can certify Jews. I can certify Muslims.
Greek Orthodox?
Yeah, Greek Orthodox. I can certify them.
Wow.
The only ones I can't certify are like Buddha religions. I can't certify Buddhists. Can't certify Buddhists because they don't ever do anything. So, of course, I certify all the non-Christians as certified wrong. That also in the group would be certified wrong.
I have a shoe tying certification.
Do you?
Yeah, if you don't get a shoe tying certification, you're not allowed to tie your shoes.
It's pretty dangerous to let just amateurs who don't have any kind of license do something like tie shoes. I mean, they could trip over those laces, they could fall and hurt themselves.
If you're gonna have somebody in your place and they take their shoes on and off, if they're not shoe tying certified, can you really know you're safe?
I'm just thinking maybe it's time to make laces illegal.
Only Velcro?
Hi, Vicky.
No, only like bands.
Oh, like fans, okay.
Only
sure.
that's allowed. That way there's no buckles, no any kind of thing that you can hurt yourself with.
Do you think I could put my fans in
I think it's fine to put them in the washing machine.
Not in the
I don't think it's
okay.
fine to put them in the dryer.
Okay, so I'll just put them in the wash and then air dry them.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me. Let me throw a load in the washing machine.
You know what? Cameron do his laundry first. Yeah.
Well, unless you
Yes,
really
yeah,
need
I
to-
wasn't talking about now.
Yeah,
I was-
Rachel's not doing
No,
anything
not
now.
now. I'm gonna
You
go get
you have full access to the washer and dryer.
Gracias.
Velcro's too dangerous, Misfortune. You know that the grabby part of Velcro can sometimes catch on carpet, and that could make you trip and fall and hurt yourself. So, we say laces no, only Velcro. Your chant is not catching on, New Groove, because I've just pointed out Velcro is too dangerous. You know, I hurt myself this morning, so I know just how bad it can be to do dangerous things. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't get the reference, New Groove. I'm sorry. I deeply, deeply apologize. Then we were back to nature's perfection. No shoes. Don't walk downtown. I'm so sorry. It was. It was a huge fail on my part, and it is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. These are the best shoes to wear. Why? Because they're easy to put on, easy to take off, and you don't have to worry about your feet getting all sweaty. Well, people don't want to talk about being bad Christians. People be like, "You're not Christian. You're not the right kind of Christian," or people will be like, "Fuck off." Naturally, naturally, that's what's going to happen. Okay, well, you go with your gut feeling and not trusting the Pope. I mean, does reality require you to place much faith in the Pope? Like, are you buying something from the Pope off of eBay and you're not sure if the item is legitimate? In that case, I would say you could probably trust the Pope. Like, is that baseball card he's selling a real baseball card? I'd say probably. I don't mind talking about the Pope. I just want to know, yuck, 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 if you're buying something for the Pope off of eBay. And that's why you need to resolve the question of whether or not to trust the Pope. Because there's shit tons of people in the world, and almost none of them do we have to think about whether we trust them or not. Right? Okay, well, my point is if the Vatican were selling what they claim to be a 13th century Catholic artifact on eBay, if the Pope was selling it on eBay, and he said this is a 13th century Vatican artifact, do you think you could trust him that that was the case, that it was actually that old? Or do you think it was just a counterfeit the Pope made to just make a quick buck off of you? What do you think? I think I would buy so if the Vatican were selling something on eBay or the Pope himself, and I could verify that it really was the actual Pope. Well, it's a painting. It's a painting of some scene from the Bible that was done in the 13th century by some monk. There's no signature on it, but it's very gilded and yeah, okay. Hey, it's his painting. Okay, it's from his personal collection. He got it independent of the Vatican. Now he's selling it. It was never part of the Vatican's collection to begin with, okay? It's just the Pope, now that he's become Pope, he needs a few extra bucks because he's got to do more stuff. So he's selling one of his family's personal collection paintings. Okay, let's say it's not eBay, it's Sotheby's. Where, would you trust it then only because you trust Sotheby's, or would you still if it weren't as reputable an auction company, would you not trust it? I don't want to know. if hypothetically the Pope said he was selling a 13th century painting from his personal collection on eBay, would you believe it was real? If you could confirm it was definitely the actual Pope.
On eBay?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think if you could determine it was the actual Pope, I'd say, yeah, I'm going to assume this is real.
That's what I would assume too.
It would. I'd need probably a little bit of explanation as to why the Pope is selling this painting on eBay, but if you pitch me a convincing enough story and I have enough evidence that it's really the Pope, I'd say like, okay, well, I'll assume that's legit. Yeah, yeah, you use an expert probably to verify it if it's expensive enough. What? That wasn't the real Pope on eBay?
Yeah, like I would think it would need some sort of backing.
You get it in the mail, it's like some hastily drawn sketch by some person.
Spain.
I'm like a lady holding a baby. But it was the Pope who sold it. Oh, that wasn't the real Pope? All right. Anyway. So we're gonna call this a wrap party, and thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. We love you all, and God bless you. And to the Pope, God bless you too.